Hello, everyone. Welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and another episode of Cash or Trash. Looking at this week's hot comics and making predictions that are completely based on my opinion and are sure to go wrong. But we're going to make some predictions about the value of the books that showed up in this week's hot comics list. Whether or not we think they're good investments or run away. As always, I am going to limit my interaction with the chat during this stream so that I can get through the books and make this as rewatchable as possible. This week we got 15 books in a bunch of our categories. So a reminder, we do have categories for these that we will be breaking them down into. Those categories include Straight Cash Homie, which is the books that are really good books. They're worth it. They're, these are books that are climbing. They have a long track record. These are solid books. There's the I'll Be Backs, which are books that have value but are peaking for one reason or another. And probably they're good, solid books, but just want to wait till the peak has kind of gone away and come back to them. There's the It's a Trap, and these are books that probably aren't solid books and don't necessarily have a lot of value, but are peaking for whatever reason. And there's some subcategories under that we'll go get into when we get to that category. There's the Come On Man, and these are, what the hell are you guys doing kind of things. Why are you chasing these books? And then finally, there is the dumpster fire. So those are our categories. Before we get into the actual books, I will shout out the couple people we have in the chat so far. It looks like Comic Books NYC, Kavi is in the chat. Oh, I should go back to me. Oops. Yeah, there we are. We have Comic Books NYC in the chat. We got Sam I Am Comics. We got Kachung. Thank you guys for joining us. Delphia is with Kachung. Awesome. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a few minutes. So with that, let's get into this week's list. There are, like I said, 15 comics. Let's get through them. So let me pull this up. And we have, for the first time in 3 weeks of doing this, we actually have a Straight Cash Homie book. I know this is unbelievable. I think you guys thought I wouldn't do one, that I'm Mr. Negative. And it is El Sorprende Hombre Arana, number 128. And some of you may be going, what the hell is that? Hey, Tom, what's going on? That is, so for those that don't know, Spider-Man was published in Mexico, as it was here. And up until the death of Gwen Stacy, the books in Mexico matched the books that were published in the United States. Apparently, Mexico did not want Gwen Stacy to die, so they basically told their own story after 121, 122, where Gwen survives. And for the next 40 or 50 issues, they basically told a completely separate story that sort of goes off, does some weird things and crazy stuff happens. It doesn't follow the main Spidey universe at all. And in this book, 128 is when Peter and Gwen get married. Since he didn't die, they got married. This book recently went for, last year it hit the list because it went for a raw copy went for $1,400. It hit the list because a very good raw copy very good condition raw copy just went for $1,900. This book is super rare. It's a neat kind of what if universe story that's hard to track down. This book is just, if you find one of these, it's Straight Cash Homie. There's huge value in this book. So that is our one and only Straight Cash Homie book this week. Up next is our I'll Be Backs. We don't have very many of those this week, but we do have a few. First up is Vision and the Scarlet Witch, number 12. And this is the birth of the twins. They're twin kids. This book is spiking because there's thoughts based on that trailer, the Disney Plus trailer that showed like the little pacifiers come up and everything else, that their kids are going to show up in the WandaVision show. So this book is spiking right now. It was a $10, $15 small key, and it's now going for $25, $30. It comes into the It's a Trap because it's a first appearance. It's an older book. It's fairly solid. It's 86 Copper Age. But it's still only going for $25, $30. It's not going for crazy value. Most likely it was a $10 to $15 book before. It'll be that again at some point. So that's why it just goes in our It's a Trap, or I'll Be Back. So I wouldn't buy it right now. It's super hot. Probably between now and the show, you can probably get it for 10 to 15 again. Maybe you have to pay 20, but so that's why it's in that category. Next up is a book I don't know what to do with. I'll be perfectly honest. This is Aggretsuko. It's kind of a yeah, Kylie's talking about the Spidey book. This is, I guess, a Netflix series that's pretty popular right now. This book just came out. I don't know nothing about this. I haven't watched this. I don't know if this is good, if it's got staying power. It's hard to know with this kind of thing. It's kind of an anime manga style show about a cat or a raccoon or something. It's anime stuff. I don't know anything about it, but here's the thing. It made my I'll Be Back as opposed to It's a Trap because it's only going for week of release, yes, but it's only going for $10 to $15. So it's not going for crazy value. There's a little bit of value here based on that. The show's good, which it appears there's enough people that like it. $10 to $15 is probably not crazy, but I'd probably wait and see on this one and see if it has any staying power. So it fell here, but honestly, I just didn't know where to put it. Next on our list of the I'll Be Backs is another one that this is West Coast Avengers number 45, the first White Vision or Ghost Vision or whatever. And basically, because some of the images of the show are like a 50s sitcom and they're in black and white, people are specking on this book. This is basically a dollar bin book, which makes it hard to put it in the I'll Be Back, but it is a cool homage to the first appearance of Vision. Currently, it's going for 15 because of this trailer. If you want this book, I'd just wait. It'll be back in $5 range in no time, I would guess. I mean, 15 is not crazy for it, but so that's why it's here. It's a cool, like I said, a cool homage to that cover. First White Vision, but nothing too crazy here. I could have put it below, I guess, in the It's a Trap, but honestly, it's not going for that much anyway, so that's why it ended up here. And our last of the I'll Be Back books is Superman Convergence number 2, and this is the birth of John Kent. And this hit the list because, and this was on the Key Collector Comic-Con list, and this hit the list because they're talking about rebooting the Lois and Clark New Adventures kind of a Superman show with new cast and all kinds of stuff, but setting it later, like after they're together and married. And they're talking about casting teenage twin boys, which I guess could be John and Connor Kent. And that's what everybody's specking on this. Even though John was the only sibling and Connor's like a clone, but that appears to be where they're going with this and why this book hit the list. But again, it hit the list because it's still only going for $10 to $15. So this is the first appearance of Superman's son, and it's a $10 to $15 book. Seems like a reasonable book anyway. So yeah, I just left this one here. So with that, we are ready to move on to our next category. And those are the It's a Traps. Before I get into those real quick, let me shout out the chat just real quick here. Comments. Let me pull this off. Brand. Sorry. Real quick on the comments, it looks like Comics on the Mind joined us. Thank you, sir. Unruly Simeon, J Hood Creative. Anybody else? Geeks and Drinks, what's going on? Shouted out Tom earlier. So yeah, looks like that's everybody so far. So this is I forgot. So we had subcategories. I did forget my subcategories real quick. Under the It's a Trap. And this is the It's So Pretty, I'm Gonna Die. These are the hot covers that we like spend crazy amounts of money on because we think they're pretty and doesn't matter what the book is. This is Power Rangers TMNT #1, the second print 1 in 10 variant. Yeah, another one of those incentive second prints. And these Power Rangers covers with them holding the helmets are super popular. And that's probably what's going on here. But there's already one of the Green Ranger, although this one appears he's got like a cracked face mask and stuff. And it's going for $40 to $50 right now. I realize Power Ranger fans are extremely dedicated. I realize Turtle fans are extremely dedicated. So maybe this supports it. I wouldn't pay this much for a second print 1 in 10 of a non-key comic. I realize there's a lot of people that are glad you think it's $7.50 for that book. Yeah. I realize Power Ranger fans are diehard and they may be doing this, but I just can't see it at $40 to $50. Seems a little insane. That is our only cover book of the week. Our next subcategory under It's a Trap are the you get an option, you get an option, you get an option. And so these are the option news books. And realistically, hi, go away, thank you. So this is Magic Order #1. And Magic Order #1, I put under this because it had been optioned a long time ago, but Mark Millar came out this week and basically said it was going into production. So, which made this book, this is the Magic Order #1 SDC San Diego Comic-Con variant, limited to 2,000. Raw copies of this are going for 25, 9.8, you're up to 150 after Mark Millar said this. Here's the thing. He has said this repeatedly about several of his properties. And we've yet to see anything come out of Mark Millar properties yet, hardly. I think this one's probably going to happen, but I would probably wait. My guess is there's going to be another lull on this thing. Plus, there's a bunch of other covers for this, not just this one that you can go after. I would just be patient on this one. I think it's a trap, and I'm not sure it's going to support this kind of value, but we'll see. I'd wait because he has not got the best track record of getting stuff from option production to actual screen. So that is why that is here. Next is our last subcategory under the It's a Trap. And these are the Who Are You and Why Do We Care? Because we don't. Books that have all hit the list. And let's start with Lois Lane #8. And this is this book out this week, The First Kiss of Death. And this book is going for $15 to $20 right out of the gate. The actual B cover is better for this one, but I didn't grab a picture of it. But here's the thing. How many villains have been introduced in the last couple of years that ever amount to anything that we even care about? Batman Who Laughs. I'm waiting. Next. This rarely happens. There's a whole bunch of hype. There's a first appearance. There's a new character. And it goes nowhere. And so it's a trap. These first appearances right out of the gate are almost always a trap. Occasionally something will hit the right tone. People latch onto it. Yes, Lois Lane's a low print run, but how many villains first appearances are really worth anything? Particularly new introduced villains. The answer is not hardly any. And yeah, and that's just where it's at. Next is Why do we care about this character? This is Thor 372. This hit both lists. So did the Lois Lane book, by the way. Actually, there's been several that hit both lists. I haven't really been talking about that, and this is the first appearance of the Time Variance Authority. And you're like, what the hell is the Time Variance Authority? Exactly. If you look, basically, this goes back to that Disney Plus trailer. Loki's like in like a prison outfit, and it says TVA, so everybody assumes that's Time Variance Authority because he's traveling through time, or he's messing with time. This group has never meant anything. It's going to be in the Loki show, but it's basically a dollar bin book that's jumped to 20 to 30. I just don't see it. I don't think that even if they become a big part of the show, I have a hard time. A group's first appearance, I think the characters, individual characters, maybe have a better shot, but you don't even know who those would be. I just don't see this one. I think it's crap. Next is 3 books that I don't understand. I'm going to go through them one at a time, but these all hit the Key Collector Comic Tom list. And I'm not sure why he's calling them hot. And part of it is I've been doing this for a while now, and CBSI tends to base most of their hot books based on an increase in value, a jump in value. Let me pull this off for just a second. Key Collector also does an increase in sales, like more books listed, more books selling, more book to decide what was. I don't know. That's not what they talked about. They talked about the Time Variance Authority. So maybe I'm missing something there, J Hood. So I don't know much about that book. So anyway, Key Collector does a lot of stuff just based on percentage of sales increase. Like one of the books, I'll get to it in a second, an increase by 1,800%. Well, yeah, it went from 2 sales to 30 something. But there was no increase in value. There's no. Another one it only sold like 10 or 14 copies, but it increased like 500% in sales week over week. Don't really see those as hot books. I have a little bit of an issue with why he included them. Let me get rid of the thing. But here are the rest of those. Who the heck are you books are. We'll get into them. There's 3 of them. The first is Blue Beetle, number 3, and this hit the list because it reintroduces Peacemaker. So it's not even his first appearance; it's a reintroduction of this character. And this is a character people are speculating John Cena is playing in the Suicide Squad movie because there were set photos with him, and they thought, "Oh, that's kind of what he looks like." But nobody actually knows for sure. So this book didn't really increase in value. It jumped from basically dollar bins to a $6 to $10 book kind of thing. But there was a like 400 something percent increase in sales. So, but that doesn't take a lot of it. Sold 3 copies and it sold 10. Or 12, I guess. So not sure about this one, why it hit the list. That's why it's here. It's not a trap in the fact that it's like you're going to be overpaying for it. It's just a trap in why are we worried about it? I'm just going to leave that up for a minute. So, next is Thor 371, and this is the first appearance of Justice Peace, who is basically the character they used to then introduce the Time Variance Authority in 372. And this is another one that it only got up to like $5 to $10 out of dollar bins, but it's another one that had an increase in sales. They don't even think this is the character they're going to use. Even the speculators aren't sure. So anyway, again, I'm not sure why this is here. I had some concerns about Key Collector's list this week. They didn't actually come to fruition when I actually started looking into some stuff, but some things I want to investigate deeper about how he comes up with his list. Finally, the third one that I don't understand why it was on the list. Thanks, Sam. That's quality. Uh, so it's JSA #1 from the 2007 series, and this is the first Cyclone, and this has to do with rumors that JSA is going to appear in the Black Adam movie in some form, and that potentially the Cyclone character, who's the daughter of someone I don't know, is going to be one of the characters. And again, this book's going for $5 cover price. But this is the one that increased 1,800% in sales. 2 sales to 36 sales, basically. Yeah, and it's a hot book. Didn't go in value. It just 36 people decided to buy it. For less than cover price. Some of them are still going for $1. I mean, it's like some of the sales were literally $1, $2 plus shipping. It wasn't exactly like leaping off the shelf. So it is a Ross cover, Kachun. It is a Ross cover. So those are It's a Traps this week. But we are not done this week because we have some Come On Mans. And the first one, and they really fell here because of the difference in value that they're going for. The first one is Journey into Mystery 622. This is the first appearance of Ikol, Ikol, the opposite of Loki. And this book went from basically dollar bins, $5 to a $20 to $30 book. People are paying actually more than 30 on a couple occasions, I think. Based on the nothing. That, he might be a villain they'd used for the Loki series. That's it. And people are suddenly paying $30 for this book. This is the opposite of Loki, or what Loki's opposite. And Dreadnoks for Life is not wrong. In his statement there. And yeah, this is, come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Next, and I'll be like Loki. As excellent is The Spire, and this hit both lists. And honestly, you know what? No, we're not. I'm putting the last book is in the dumpster. I'm putting this in the dumpster fire too, because this isn't even a Come On Man. This is a dumpster fire. And why is The Spire a dumpster fire? I have no idea if this is a good book or not. No clue. What I know is that it's going for $30+ at the gate because Boom Studios auctioned it before we even got the chance to read it. Guess what? Boom Studios does this all the time. They auction everything. So it got auctioned before it came out. So people jumped all over it. Oh, this is going to be great. And guess what? Boom Studios auctions everything. And you haven't seen any of it hardly amount to anything. Actually get into production, actually amount to anything. I have no idea. Maybe The Spire is good. Maybe it's the exception to the rule. But the rule is with these auctions before they even hit print is the vast majority of them never amount to anything. They just don't. So why are they getting auctioned? Because the studios can get them for cheaper by optioning them before they're hit. And the creators get a little money on something that may or may not be a hit. That's why this comes together of optioning the book before it hits the stands. They option this thing before it hits the stands. Maybe it's good. Maybe it becomes something. Odds are highly, highly that it's not, and it won't. Because Boom Studios literally options everything. And if it does, you're almost better off if something doesn't and they wait till it's a hit to option it. Then at least there's something to it. Not wrong, 84. You're not wrong. So that is our first dumpster fire of the week. Do not believe in this. Just don't. Don't pay $30 for this book. Just don't do it. And finally, the book I was always going to put as a dumpster fire, and we'll just pull it up again because I like, because it deserves to be reminded that if you're chasing this book right now, what are you doing? And that is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 28, or Moon Girl number 28. The first omnipotence. Potentous. Omni something. This is a low print book. Moon Girl's a low print book. This book right now is going for $55 raw. A 9.8, you're going for basically $300. Why? Who the hell is omnipotence? I can't even omnipotence. This is because in the most recent Thor book, Donny Cates has a scene where Galactus seeks out Thor's help to battle Galactus is a devourer of worlds, to battle a devourer of universes, and which he refers to in the book as Black Winter. So people are specking that he's referring to this character because it's right there on the cover. Beware omnipotence, the devourer of universes. Didn't call him that. Don't know if it's an event. There's another character that also fits the bill that was introduced in the Thanos run before Donny Cates wrote it, not a Donny Cates character. There's like 3 or 4 other characters this potentially could be. Or it could be something completely new that Donny Cates is creating. But people are paying $300 for a 9.8 of this book because Donny Cates might use this character in an upcoming storyline. Do you remember how many people paid $40, $50 for the first Sidorak? Yeah, that's a $5 book again. I swear to God, if Donny Cates sneezed, everyone would go spend $50 on the first appearance of a Chew. It's what the hell? Maybe omnipotence becomes something. Unlikely. Maybe this book is worth a little bit. Yeah, it's a low print run. But are you kidding me? It's insane. You don't even know if it's the character yet. And you're spending $300. Not 15, not 20 for a raw book, which is getting up there. You're not spending double, triple cover price for it. For a raw book. You're not spending $75 for a 9.8. Maybe it'll hit and it'll go to $200. You're spending $300. Come on, people. So that's this week's list. We had 2 dumpster fires this week. I'm going to shout out the chat. Real quick. Legend has joined us. Thank you, Great Legend. I'm at the end. I had 2 dumpster fires this week of what the hell are we doing? I also had one Stray Can tell me a solid book that was in the list this week. But thank you for joining us. Comic Cat 84, what's going on, my friend? Unruly is still here. Sam I Am. Kachoon, what's going on? Thank you so much for the support. Jay Hood. Let's see. Comic Books NYC is still here. Longbox Diving. What's going on? Dreadlocks for Life. I already shouted him out, but yeah. I'm like, sell those now. Yes, sell those suckers. She should totally sell those things. Yeah, it was low print, but yeah. Let's see. Old Comic Smell, I didn't shout you out yet. Thank you for joining us. All right, I'm thinking that's everybody. If I missed somebody, I apologize. But that's this week's breakdown. We're going to keep it to 30 minutes because we're right at it. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I will be doing my Sunday live stream later tonight. You guys are the best, and I will catch you later.